So today I'm going to make a trading recap video. I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to go into my watch list from the night before. I'm going to read it over and I'm going to show what happened in the market and what I did in the market with each play if I were to play them or if I did play them on the day. So this was written last night, April 3rd, on my Freedom Trader. And yesterday locked in a good profit on Cocoa Futures, blah, blah, blah. So the watch list was XTIA. The pattern was a first red day, so a short pattern. I said that this pattern's worth it because it's a nice multi-day run with really great volume and liquidity. The idea is to short when it seems toppy, and we have backside triggers. For me, backside triggers are red on the day, under VWAP, failing to spike, staying heavy into the afternoon, things like that. Be patient and feel it out in the morning. So let's go to XTIA and see exactly what happened. So what happened was we got that first red day, but sadly, I didn't play it. Well, not sadly, I didn't play it. And the question is, why? Well, if you look at this chart, it had a nice multi-day run. And today it just gapped down quite a bit, a little too much for my comfort. I'm not very good trading overextended gap downs, as people call them. So I decided to actually leave this one alone, and I would have rather seen it spike more into this line, the red to green line. Intraday, it never really offered a spike, just kind of faded in the morning a little bit, and then was grindy, choppy all day. Nothing really nice that I would really want to be shorting. Something that I just thought it's better opportunity cost to avoid and to wait for an even better setup because, God forbid I short it down here and then we squeeze back up. I'm twisted, I'm bent, I cover, I just never want to get myself into that scenario. So I decided to avoid it. The next ticker was MESO, MESO. This was a listed first green day pattern. This is a long pattern for me. I said this one was worth it because it was a great multi-day runner chart, holding its gains very well with good volume. I was recently looking at it for a short, and now it's a long, so to me that was showing that there was strength. So the one, I did play this one, MESO, and let's just go over that daily chart first. So we had a nice multi-day run from, the 2s all the way up to 7. Came down a bit, but really have been holding the gains very, very well the past few days here. So I said, if it's holding its gains, maybe it could have a listed first green day, considering it closed red the prior day. So coming into today, it dropped in the morning. I was patient, let it consolidate, bought it around 11 as we kept holding. For me, if I was thinking if this is a short pattern that shorts are shorting, it should start fading off into 11, 12, 1 o'clock. That's time shorts usually should fade if they're going to work, but this one wasn't. So to me, that made me think, okay, I could take a small starter because it's a long pattern for me. Once it held VWAP and started breaking through the highs, I added right where this circle is here. But one key thing here, notice where this circle is on a high at daybreak. For a listed first green day, you should have some real volume surge come in to show that it's going to work. Down here, look, no volume came in. No volume came in, so I took it off because it reminded me of IBIO the prior day that I tried to play for a listed first green day. In here, broke the high by a penny, no volume came in, and then it faded. MESO, let's look at it again, broke the high a day, no volume came in and it faded. So that's a trend I'm seeing in weaker listed first green days right now, something that I really don't want to deal with. So I just took my gains and, called it for what it is. It was just a mediocre play. That's all it was. CGC was a front side momentum pattern for me. This is a long pattern, and I was basically just looking to buy along the trend, and the trend was higher. I said, doesn't seem like the shorts are really blown out yet, so I'm going to be a buyer until noted otherwise. And I played it really well. So I was buying in the morning here when it started spiking through the high of day with low of day risk. Scaled out half into the green-red push, red-green push, kind of expecting it's probably going to fail the first attempt. I don't know if we're going to get right through. We had a hard slam, but knowing the identity of this stock, last time I tried to do this pattern, we also had that push and hard morning slam, which was saved and kept going. I actually added here in the 1020s, risking low of day because I already locked in some profits as cushion, and it was worth the risk. I said, I've seen this before with this name. We reclaimed VWAP and we spiked. I sold some into this spike and then was super patient all day, hoping for it to hold green and keep going. But around noon, we started to break down, so I sold as we were going back red. But nonetheless, great profit, great single, and I really stuck to my pattern and stuck to my play, which I'm very happy about. The last play I had was VVPR from my watch list last night. This was also a first red day, just like XTIA. And I said this one's worth it as well because it was a big 2-day runner. And the idea is just a normal single on a first red day pattern. The reasoning I wanted just to take a single is because it faded a lot yesterday. And I just feel like, how much more is it really going to fade before a bounce? Also, shorts were really killed on this the past 2 days, so they're going to be vengeful, looking to take a bigger part of the move that the market might want to offer them. So I wanted to take that safe, easy morning move. Did I know it was going to work? Absolutely not. But did it end up working for me? It ended up working perfectly. I played it perfectly. I actually have my executions right here. If we look at this, I shorted it a little before the open, just a feeler size, only 100 shares, feeler. I added when it stayed heavy out of the gate and it looked like we were going to go red on the day. It cracked, had a quick bounce where I said at this point, my risk was basically high of day here. So I said, hey, screw it. I'm going to add into bounces, risking that high of day. So I doubled down my size, and then it came back down. My whole goal was to cover on a flush under low of day. But I just felt like, oh, I should just take that single. I don't think it's really going to crack. It's holding. The spread's wide. This could easily come back. So listen, I just got lucky here that I basically covered a low of day. That normally doesn't happen, and normally it does go lower, or I'm covering into strength sometimes. But I just really got lucky with a great execution and a great mentality following my watch list. I'm very happy I stuck to my plan and stuck to my process with this watch list because it really paid well. Because for the day, here is my day. It was E-Trade. I locked in about 1,400. My Cobra account where I shorted VVPR locked in a little over 1,000. So a little over a 2,500 day. You can't really beat that with really good patterns and really good discipline. I'm extremely happy, but going forward, I have to remember, the market could take it away just as quickly as it gives. So I have to be very process oriented, pattern focused, and keep my discipline. Almost act like my back's against the wall and I'm losing. Act like I've been losing this week and I got to fight for everything and really be strict and really be disciplined. That's my goal. Going into tomorrow, I hope to not place a trade. That's my goal. I will only trade if something is just so good and it's just a pattern that I know and love, and I just really, really have conviction. Other than that, I want to ignore it and wait for the next best opportunity.